having those early results is also very motivating. So when it works out like this for me, definitely very motivating. Like, this is why I'm doing it. This is, the whole point is to drop, in my case, quite a few pounds. Um, and so to see that uh, those early results is going to be nice. Uh, let's say Mewtwo or Mew. It said Mewtwo. That's what I thought. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, for the first time since the last time, it is that time. Right about that time for your favorite Pokemon challenge and mine. My name is Sebastian Todd the Third. You may call me SG3, and this is the LeafGreen Randomizer Nuzlocke. We are at episode 11, and if you have enjoyed this so far, if you're enjoying your time on this channel, please hit the like button down below, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell to be notified when episodes go up. These episodes go up every single day at 5 o'clock. And by every single day, we are actually making a slight change to the schedule. Check the description down below. But we are going to make this a weekday challenge just for a little availability for me right at the moment as we get into the swing of things with a new job. So happy Friday to you all. We will take tomorrow Sunday off. We will be back on the channel for episode 12 on Friday, but let's not, or sorry, on Monday, but let's not talk about episode 12 until we do episode 11. And we are going to be tackling Rock Tunnel in episode 11. But before we do, let us do a quick team recap. First and foremost, here we have our level 11 Duskull. We named him Phantom. Inner Focus, the ability with Leer, Nightshade, and Disable. Patrick 2, the level 21. Armaldo with Scratcher, Warbeam, Cut, and Water Gun, and the ability Sandstream. We have Danders, the level 26. Fearow with Levitate, doesn't hurt, doesn't help. Peck, Pursuit, Leer, and Fury Attack. We have Taz, our level 26 Omanite, with Water Gun, Mudshot, Giga Drain, and Bite, and the ability Pressure. We have Monarch, who we caught in episode 10, with Cacophony, and the moves Tackle and Shrink Shot, our level 15 Caterpie, who we may trade up some more today to get a Butterfree, just to have something else on the team. And then finally, we have Easter, our level 30 Ampharos, Tackle, Thunder Punch, Thunder Shock, and Thunder Wave with Serene Grace, the ability. I don't think we had checked that out while we're in the previous episode, so good to see that there. We will move. Hit summary instead of switch. We will move. Doing great here. We will move Anders to the front. We're going to take the experience share. We're going to give the experience share to Monarch. If I click the right buttons, just to get Monarch some extra experience, some extra levels. There we go. Alright. And before I forget, because we will encounter some trainers here, we will give the Amulet Coin to Danders. There we go. Alright. So let's go tackle Rock Tunnel. We are not going to go try to figure out Flash or anything like that. We don't have enough Pokemon to get it to begin with. But this should be relatively easy to figure out. It's not much different from Red and Blue. So we should be able to just kind of go from muscle memory and get most of the way through. I'm really looking to fight this or skip, but, well, that's good to know. We will obviously get rid of that right quick. In fact, we're just gonna take down an Ariados. I believe this is where we caught Caterpie too. So clearly a very bug-heavy cave. Drink your water. Your reminder, not sponsored by Hydra-C, the water bottle maker, but I love this water bottle. So yeah, someday maybe. But drink your water. It's very important that you do. And because we're like 4 steps away, we're just gonna go this way, save ourselves a potion just in case we need it. I know it's a bit of a risk to do all the steps, but plenty of HP, we should be fine. And we were. And we were. Sometimes it's hard when I'm editing because I don't, like just then, I'm way off from what's happening on that. Like, I say, and we were fine, and we're like 3 seconds into the actual healing process. And if I go back and watch that, I'm like, does the audio lag from the video? Am I not like close at all? And no, it's just because when I talk sometimes I don't, I'm behind on what I'm seeing, or, well, mostly that, just behind on what I'm seeing, but all good things. There's the repels. We will definitely use those. But yeah, we are going to make this series a little bit easier on me for now, at least, and go to Monday through Friday. 5 p.m. is still the goal. It is Thursday as we record this, so happy Friday. I hope you have had a wonderful week. I look forward to your weekend coming up. I'm looking forward, I guess, to taking down a Groudon. Yeah, that's kind of terrifying. But we have Taz, who is weak to ground, but not weak to slash. Okay. Groudon has speed boost. Here's maybe fingers crossed for a Groudon at some point in this run, as we have nothing that's going to outspeed that. Slash, we're still fine on. We should be okay if it were to crit one of those. Would have been nice to get our own crit. Speed boost again. We just pray it goes for something other than that. I really thought because he had 2 moves against us, 3 moves, or yeah, 2 moves against us, that there clearly wasn't a rock type move because, or a ground type move, because clearly Groudon would have gone for the rock type move, right? I'm really hoping we have quick attack. We don't. Can we live a slash? Oh, we eat that. So we lose Taz, our best water type, possibly our only water type. Not a great way to start off the series, or the episode, I should say. But what are you gonna do about it, right? We're gonna keep on keeping on. I really didn't think. I thought if Groudon had a ground move, she would have gone for it by then. But instead, we'd seen Ancient Power, which is Rock. We'd seen Slash, which is normal. So I was really thinking there's. Yeah, well, can't dwell on it. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move forward. We overcome adversity on this channel. That's what we do. But yeah, as we were talking before Groudon came in, I decided to make this 5 days a week, mostly because it is 8:30 on Thursday night as we record this. Then I have to edit it, get it scheduled, and as I've said in previous episodes, um, that whole process can take roughly an hour to buffer, or whatever the right terms are, to upload to YouTube. Hour and a half. Uh, Doing that, I'm getting a little bit quicker at getting what I want edited, at least for now, but not having as much time to play with editing to try to get even better at that, yada yada. And with the weekend coming up, and it's supposed to be beautiful where we are. It was 88 when I got home from work today. It's supposed to be roughly the same weather tomorrow, maybe even a little bit warmer. So we are going to spend some time this weekend with some close friends. Issue there with the up button sticking, but that's okay. I have a very old laptop, so that does not help anything at all. But yeah, just don't really know when I'm going to have time to record a Saturday episode tomorrow, let alone a Sunday episode. So I should be able to find time over the weekend to hopefully, probably honestly, bulk record all of next week's episodes. It's most likely what I'm going to do. But yeah, just trying to get in the swing of things. And like I said, probably in the next series, we'll look at maybe 3 times a week instead of maybe 4 times a week instead of even just the 5 that we're going to drop down to. But also, so that, you can all enjoy the weekend and if you really are jonesing for it, you can always go back and catch up on some old episodes. If you haven't watched Heart Gold yet, the first series on the channel, binge some of those. And if you really want it, leave a comment down below and say, hey, no. We want 7 days a week. Give us 7 days a week, and we'll find a way to make it happen. If the demand is there, right, we'll figure out the supply. But for the time being, yeah, we will just make it a little bit easier on ourselves here. And we're going to try to keep these to about 30 minutes. I mean, if we're still in the middle of Rock Tunnel, I think really bare minimum in this episode is we're getting through Rock Tunnel. Understandably, I think. But otherwise, yeah, try to keep them about 30 minutes so that we can save a little time in recording, save a little time in editing. It does save a little time in the buffering and uploading process as well because it's a smaller file and all that fun stuff. So, yeah, that's enough behind the scenes talk. I hope you all have had a wonderful week. I know I have. New job is going well. Feeling very motivated, feeling very inspired, feeling very just ready to get going into the nuts and bolts of it. I know there's the orientations and the trainings and the meet and greets and networking and all that fun stuff, and it's important. I'm not knocking it, but the more we do of that, the more it's like, I'm ready. I mean, I'm not ready in terms of there's still some of the processes and procedures and more so the applications that, we need some fine tuning training on. But in terms of the more we learn about the students, start talking to some students just that we meet throughout campus, the more you're like, oh man, I'm gonna enjoy this a lot. So really looking forward to that. I mean, not without its challenges, but super duper looking forward to it. Some really good benefits that go with the job that aren't necessarily part of like the benefits package, but like access to the cafeteria, which has a great salad bar, access to the gyms and the pools and the sporting events and just all that fun stuff that um, is just now available. So yeah, I've had a great week. The crew that we have, I know I've talked about this the other day when we recorded, but just really fantastic crew. I'm super excited to work alongside them, get to know them better, really, really develop the team chemistry even more than we already have in just 4 days already. Really feel like we're in a team dynamic that is safe, that is welcoming, that is fun, where we can laugh with each other, but we can also challenge each other and iron sharpens iron kind of thing. So definitely super excited for all of it, and I hope your week has been whatever version of that for you. I know it hasn't for everybody. Let's hope rollout doesn't kill. It will probably kill in the next hit. We don't, or not the next hit, but in the next 2 or 3. We really can't afford Merrill or Danders for you to miss Merrill. We really can't afford to let. Oh, thank goodness that delay scared me. We can't afford to let Merrill build up rollout much more either. So you take the risk, it pays off. Sometimes that's the case. Sometimes you lose an Omanite to a Groudon. Which, to be fair, it is an Omanite, and it was a Groudon. We also really didn't have much else we could throw out there. I mean, Groudon's super effective against Patrick, too. Super effective against Easter. Has a super effective move against Danders the Fearow. We saw that in the Ancient Power. Easy for me to say. Yep, easy for me to think of. Alright, this we should be fine against. Not gonna probably one shot, but should two shot. Or one shot with a crit. We'll take that. We will definitely take that. And yeah, hopefully you guys are looking forward, guys, gals, everyone is looking forward to a wonderful weekend with the people and the things that recharge you. If you work this weekend, I hope whatever your weekend is, whether it's the middle of the week, a couple days here, a couple days there, that you're getting the same thing. just the um, the time and space to recharge your batteries for whatever it is that you do um, during those other days when you're working. And if you're like many people and you don't have the opportunity to take some time off, I really encourage you to find a day somewhere that you can. I know the battle for money and finances and affording life is legit. It's real. It's difficult. I get that. Believe me, I do. But if you wear yourself out too much, you're not going to be any good to anybody. So yeah, and could risk losing more time because you get sicker and sicker and sicker. And really, advocate for yourself too. Find time where you can, and even if you can't, find an hour to something that you can do to keep yourself as charged up as possible. Highly recommend that. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun this weekend. Um, the day that this goes up, it is one of my sister's birthdays. In 2 days, it is one of our best friend's birthdays. So we celebrated the sister last weekend. We're gonna hang out with a friend this weekend. And, cheat on the diet a little bit for one day only, which so far the diet's been going pretty good. Um, just taking in a lot of protein, trying to eat smarter, healthier choices, not have a lot of junk food, which I definitely will for a little birthday celebration over the weekend. But yeah, trying to exercise more, get some steps in. Probably today will be the first day this week that I probably won't quite get to 10. I'm about 2,000 away, but it's 8:36 at night, and I don't think I'm gonna have the energy after we get this all done up to want to go for a little mini walk or anything like that. Especially since it's pitch black dark. We're still spring, so but had let me try to do some quick math. 17 is 29 plus 39 plus I'm at like roughly 8. That's what 47 in 4 days. So I'm still averaging nearly 12,000 steps a day. Um, So I think we're fine. I think we're all right there. And then tomorrow, one of the things that I have right after work, literally should get home right in time to change out of some dress clothes into the proper gear, and then do a half-hour ride on the Peloton, a live ride with my uncle, who lives in Massachusetts, so we don't get to see each other as often as we'd like. But always fun to get on the Peloton and do a ride with him. The same time, and then text about it before and after. Well, mostly after in this case because I'll be driving before. But text about it, cheer each other on, motivate each other. He's been doing Peloton for forever, and really super proud of what he does. I don't try to keep up with him, but I do. I do enjoy the camaraderie. I do enjoy the having someone to help hold you accountable on it, which just makes life easier when you have those friends and those family members who can do that for you and will do that for you in a respectful way as well. So definitely appreciate that. But yeah, the diet itself so far with the exercise, I already lost a couple pounds this week, which is good. It's the weight, the scale isn't everything when you start stuff like this because oftentimes it takes a little bit of time to see the results. But having those early results is also very motivating. So when it works out like this for me, definitely very motivating. Like, this is why I'm doing it. This is the whole point is to drop, in my case, quite a few pounds. Um, and so to see that uh, those early results is going to be nice. Um, let's say Mewtwo or Mew. It said Mewtwo. That's what I thought. Well, our best move for Mewtwo is on Danders. And we're going to go for that. And we're going to pray. That does more than it did. And more than it will with the barrier up. Yeah. Well, actually, Pursuit is special. Sorry. How well do we eat this? Hopefully well enough that we can take two more. If we can survive one, that was smart by the Mewtwo. That was smart by the Mewtwo. Barrier goes back up right as it comes down. Hopefully the Fury attack will hit enough times that the barrier won't matter. Or, it will. But we get through it. Thankfully, Mewtwo did not really do anything other than one attack, so we take down Hiker Lucas. I was right. So I'm trying to do this all from memory, and nope, I'm not the right ladder yet. I might be going the wrong way at this point. I thought we were pretty much to the last floor. Clearly, I was wrong. Threw me all off. We'd been doing pretty good up until that point, I think. Felt like. There we go. We start. If people are coming up to us to battle, then clearly we're going the right way. Alright, Hitmonchan we're not too afraid of because we are super effective. And I don't think it would have Thunder Punch this early, or Ice Punch for that matter. It has Effect Spore, though. Which is not fun. At least this is not Gen 1 where sleep can be even more annoying. Ooh. Well, we're going to have to heal up, clearly, because another Mach Punch crit could take us down, and we don't want to lose 2 Pokemon in this episode. The sooner we wake up, obviously, the better for us in terms of, trying to take down Hitmonchan. There we go. And down goes Hitmonchan. Experience for both of us. We will not stay in with Danders against a super effective against us Pikachu. I mean, we're not super afraid of Pikachu, but it is super effective against Danders, the Fearow. Like I said, we've already lost 1 Pokemon today. We don't want to lose a second, so. Nidoking. Don't really have anything for Nidoking. Ground and Poison, obviously. Would have had Confusion if we had caught Caterpie earlier on Butterfree, but we don't. So maybe Patrick 2, not Stab, but we do have Water Gun, we do have Aurora Beam, so maybe between those we can get lucky and maybe get some crits and take it down. We'll get some super effective damage, but not Stab. Shouldn't do much to us because we're rock. We just have to pray it doesn't poison, which it didn't. We are way ahead of the poison area. Alright, Aurora Beam does more. Maybe we can take it down with 1 more Aurora Beam. That might do, I was going to say, it might do okay because it's neutral. I mean, super effective against rock, bug resists. But it didn't do much of anything, so we're fine. Boom. Down goes Nidoking. Onward and upward, or outward, hopefully. We continue to trek here. As I mentioned, as long as we're running into trainers, we have a good idea that we're going the right way. I mean, we don't have a ground type, but thankfully we do have Easter, who is electric, so at least not super effective against us. And we do resist. But we also don't have anything super strong to hit it with. This should not kill Raikou in one shot. Yeah. We do get the paralysis, which is handy. I don't remember if in this game Roar fails immediately if you're higher level, but here's hoping it does. And we get the paralysis. This has actually worked out pretty well for us. As long as we don't miss, we don't miss. We take down Raikou. Everybody gets a little bit more. Armaldo's coming in. Obviously, we're going to get hit by the sand stream, but we do have Thundershock just because more physically tanky is Armaldo. We'll try to get some damage on the special side. Mud Sport weakens electricity's power, which is nice. I don't think it has a ground type move because we'd have a ground type move on it if we could, other than Mud Sport. But I'm just going to make this take longer to take down Armaldo. That's okay. We're patient. Good things come to those who patiently whittle away at Armaldos with Thundershock. I think that's how the saying goes. If not, let me know in the comments. How's the saying actually go? All right, we got the paralysis. Lose a little time here with the Sandstream. That's okay. And Thundershock to take down Armaldo. And Bob's your uncle. Hi, Uncle Bob. Actually, we do now have an Uncle Bob on my wife's side, so legitimately, if for some reason you're watching this, Uncle Bob, hi. Thanks for watching. I'd be shocked. I'd be surprised. But stranger things have happened. 4 seasons at least so far, so is what that is. I'm a little surprised that Stab Peck didn't one-shot Pinsir. I know Pinsir's a pretty decent Pokemon, but we're 7 levels higher and it's super effective. And it's Stab, but it's okay. We'll take it down with one more. Case in point. There goes Pinsir. Up goes the experience for Danders and Monarch. Up goes the money in the wallet. Speaking of the wallet, let's go to the bag for a second. And let's be smart about things. Seal up Easter. This is why we bought the super potions. Danders. Heck, you know what? That's not. Who's the last potion on Patrick, too? There we go. Almost could have avoided that trainer if I hadn't stopped right there. Oh well. So we'll probably go a little bit more than 30 minutes here because we still have at least one whole floor of the rock tunnel to go through. And like I said, we don't want to leave ourselves in the middle of the rock tunnel to end an episode. So we won't. I mean, if for some reason this takes a lot longer than like another 10 minutes, then maybe we'll have to consider it. If I get wicked lost, I don't know what to do at that point. If I get wicked lost, there's no point in ending in the middle of the episode anyway, because I'm just gonna be even loster when we get back. It'd be nice if that hit more than 2 times when we're using it. I feel like when we've been hit by it in playthroughs, we get hit 5, 6, 7 times. But if we can get one more hit on, I know Clefable. There we go. I'm gonna say no Clefable minimize, but if we can get one more hit, we can win, and we did. And maybe I should talk faster. I know I can talk fast to begin with, so I don't think you'd be able to understand me if I talked that fast. But if we encounter a trainer on our way down, yeah, it means we're on our last floor. So I got a little confused as to what floor I was on. I miscounted or something there. Thought we were a floor ahead of where we were, but pretty easy to backtrack, fix some things, go the right way eventually. So we got this trainer, and I think just 2 more trainers, and then we'll be out of the tunnel and on our way to Lavender Town, which is the goal of the episode, and really it is the episode at this point. It is the Rock Tunnel episode. I know Smoochum is technically ice and can have ice type moves. We're 6 levels higher. I forgot we were leech seeded. But my hope is that Pursuit will do good damage because it's a baby Pokemon. We're not. It didn't do as much as I would have liked. And hopefully we can break through the confusion and finish it off with 1 more Pursuit. Otherwise, we might want to switch out because of the Leech Seed and the confusion. Yeah, we're going to switch out. This is just not worth it. Oh man, with the Leech Seed, we might lose Danders right here. How much does Leech Seed do? Oh, that was a close call. Alright, let's get Danders out of here. Let's save Danders. Do neutral on Easter, so we're not too worried about powdered snow there. And down goes Smoochum. Annoying. Definitely put up more of a fight than it probably had any right to. Can't judge a book by its cover. Can't discount anybody. Let's obviously heal back up Danders, and we're going to heal all the way. This is why we bought the super potions. Because we don't want to have to redo this whole cave. It's so much harder, in my opinion, in the dark when you don't have the trainers coming at you from every which way to kind of know where you're going. So, if we can get done on the first try, that's the ultimate way. It's also why we bought all of the repels, just to make it easier to get through. And the escape rope, in case, break glass in case of emergency. We have the escape rope. We're 1 3/4 of a trainer away from being out. I say 3/4 because for Pokemon we just beat Slowpoke. Totodile's coming in. Easter's coming in. I'd say Easter's on its way, but it's almost a week since Easter now at this point. So I guess Easter is on the way. It's about a year away, but it's on the way. Down goes Totodile. Roach is coming in. May have a ground type move. I'm really hoping we can take it down with 1 tackle. We can't. Goes for Water Gun. We should take it down with the 2nd tackle and be fine. That was a crit, and we ate it. If we had gone for like magnitude and gotten like I don't know, maybe even an 8, 9, definitely a 10, I don't think we would have won. Meganium, obviously we will bring back in Danders. I'm hopeful that Danders gets a better flying move soon here because Peck is all we have at the moment, and not a great ability for Meganium. It's alright on Patrick too because Patrick too isn't affected by the Sand Stream, but Meganium is, so good to kind of keep in our back pocket if we run into, Meganium, Chikorita, the middle stage evolution, whose name I'm 1000% blanking on right at the moment. And it's not going to come to me, I don't think at all. I can't even see a picture of the Pokemon in my mind. I don't know how some people, like my wife, does all her work, because she works crazy hours, and I know my sleep schedule is a little broken right now, and the early mornings I'm getting used to and all that fun stuff, but man, my brain is fried. Bayleaf. bay leaf. Maybe it's not as fried as I'm making it out to be, but it doesn't feel like it's all there. I'm actually listening to a podcast today, armchair expert, with Rick Rubin as the guest, and they were talking about. Rick Rubin was mentioning that one of the things he's noticed with creativity, it's in his new book, and I would hype the book, but I don't remember the title off the top of my head. But Google it, Rick Rubin, Rubin, great producer. But anyway, that a good trick for when you're feeling like creatively kind of stuck is to keep the idea in mind, sure, but go for a walk, do something that kind of takes you away from being in the middle of the creation process, and give your mind something else to kind of think of, have it somewhat on the back burner. Maybe it's not 100% up front, but it's not like 0% either, 50%, 70, 80, whatever it is. And sometimes the answer to your creative conundrum comes from that second, or now primary, I guess, thing that you're doing. So obviously, they discuss this a lot better than my recap, but and I'm not really sure what that has to do with remembering the name of a Pokemon, but is what it is. Made me think of the podcast. I love the podcast. Absolutely love it. This morning, getting ready for work, I was listening to Flightless Bird, which is in the same family of podcasts, and the episode was on eggs, and specifically why Americans, more than, I guess, not every country like we do here in America, puts their eggs in the freezer, or in the fridge, not the freezer, in the fridge. And apparently a lot of countries don't do that, and I won't spoil that episode if you want to listen for yourself. It's Flightless Bird with David Ferrier. Um, love listening to podcasts, love listening to audiobooks, um, love listening to music too, but would love for Easter to break through from this infatuation, um, and get the Thunder shock off. That's 3 straight, and now we're going to sleep. You know what? We got to pull the trigger on this, I think. This would be a great place to have a Giga Drain. Um, I don't think Monarch has much it could do. I guess Standards is our best bet. I don't know what else we could do too strong to it. Hopefully Peck maybe, but hopefully Peck will do just that. Well, I understand why Pokemon are super effective against types. And M&JTV a couple years ago did a really good video on kind of why certain types are super effective against certain types, and highly recommend you check that out. I didn't want to repel because we're like 2 steps away from the exit. Um, I always thought it'd be kind of fun for certain Pokemon to be super effective based on their. So, like, for example, Thero be super effective against Arbok, um, or or in that case, there, why not be super effective against a Poliwag? It's a frog or a bird. Like, we're just trying to avoid those trainers, so that we can get into Lavender Town. We'll fight those trainers in the next episode. We'll probably start looking at the. Oh, there's more encounters. I don't know what we're going to do in the next episode. We've got a bunch of options, and we will figure that out on Monday. As I said at the beginning of the episode, we will be off this weekend. We will be back on Monday for episode 12. I hope you have enjoyed episode 11. Again, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell. We'll see you on Monday. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, until next time.